Hello, this is Mark Satterfield, and welcome to the Velvet Rope Playbook. Tonight's chapter, The Yacht Nobody Wanted. There was a $10 million yacht sitting unsold for 2 years. Perfect condition, gorgeous lines, engine purred like a symphony, price below market. It should have been gone in a month, but it wasn't because of the name, Sea-duction. And just like that, every serious buyer ran the other way. No billionaire wanted to be photographed stepping onto a boat that sounded like a low budget Vegas revue. It didn't matter that it was an incredible deal. The brand was wrong. The aura was off. And that's the point. In the luxury market, reputation outruns reason every time. It's tempting to believe that great offers sell themselves, that if you just price something fairly, polish the product, and put it in front of the right audience, the sale will happen. And that's how it does happen in the mass market. But among the affluent, the calculus is different. The rich don't buy what makes sense, they buy what makes statements. The $10 million yacht failed not because it lacked value, but because it lacked discretion. For the ultra wealthy, taste is a form of social armor. They're constantly navigating the tensions between visibility and judgment. Every decision, what they drive, where they live, whom they hire, reflects back on their personal brand. And in that world, a tone deaf signal kills faster than a bad investment. The name Sea-duction wasn't just tacky, it was radioactive. If you work with affluent clients, this lesson should make you pause. You can have the best portfolio performance, the most sophisticated marketing plan, the most value packed service on earth. But if your presentation feels even slightly off brand, your brilliance dies on the dock. Perception is the gatekeeper of persuasion. In affluent markets, logic doesn't open the door. Aura does. The feeling your brand gives off in the first 5 seconds determines whether anyone sticks around to hear your facts. Your tone, your visuals, your rhythm, the way your material makes someone feel before they even start reading. That's the silent audition every luxury professional is constantly giving. I call it the yacht principle. The higher the price point, the more emotion outweighs information. Affluent buyers don't separate the message from the messenger. To them, you are the product. If the vibe of your brand doesn't match the world they inhabit or inspire to inhabit, look, then they're gone. That's why you can't afford to have tone mismatches, font that feels cheap, copy that feels shouty, offers that feel thirsty. Those little cracks in brand tone are what turn $1 million opportunities into long stretches of silence. Look, if you want to learn how to fix that, how to make your message land with affluent prospects who value taste as much as talent, well, visit getwealthyclients.com. There you'll find my books and programs on luxury psychology, exclusivity marketing, and brand alignment. How to make your tone signal status from the first glance. Because when you get that right, clients don't need to be convinced. They self-select. That's getwealthyclients.com. Okay, affluent clients don't buy features, they buy fit. They're constantly asking themselves, does this feel like me? That's what I mean by status alignment. It's not about showing off wealth, it's about maintaining internal consistency with the image they project. For example, a Palm Beach investor might drive an understated Bentley because it whispers heritage, not flash. A family office client might hire the soft spoken consultant who never name drops but always delivers. The common denominator? Alignment. Everything matches the message. When someone breaks that pattern, even slightly, it causes friction. And in luxury sales, friction kills faster than price. That's what happened to Sea-duction. The name wasn't aligned with the buyer's self-concept. It didn't say elegance, it said embarrassment. The language of the affluent is subtlety. They speak in understatement, restraint, and coded signals of refinement. They don't trust anything that tries too hard. That's why you never see Hermes run a limited time offer or Rolls Royce shouting about horsepower. Their silence is the persuasion. The same goes for you. When your brand communicates calm, discretion, and mastery, affluent clients feel safe stepping closer. When your brand feels loud, defensive, or eager, they step away, no matter how impressive your resume is, because to them, the tone tells the truth your words can't. In the affluent world, people vet you long before they meet you. They look at your website, your typography, your color palette, your phrasing. They notice whether your social posts feel curated or chaotic. They're not looking for credentials as much as they're looking for cues, subtle indicators of whether you get their world. And that's the real test. Because when they sense alignment, they stop scrutinizing details. But when something feels off, no amount of data can save you. A misaligned brand is the professional version of Sea-duction. It may be technically sound, but socially awkward. Look, taste at its core is a trust signal. It tells the client, I won't embarrass you by association. That's why affluent buyers often choose advisors, agents, or consultants who feel right, even if they're more expensive or less experienced. Because in their world, mistakes aren't just costly, they're public. Working with someone whose tone, demeanor, or aesthetic is even slightly off carries reputational risk. So they gravitate towards professionals who embody the discretion and refinement they need to project. That's why so many luxury transactions defy logic. They're not paying for the service, they're paying for the signal that comes with it. As we know, the human brain is wired to make decisions emotionally and then justify them logically. Affluent clients are no different. They just have more zeros attached. By the time they're analyzing numbers, the emotional decision has already been made. That's why luxury marketing is essentially theater. Every touch point is a scene that reinforces an emotional truth. If your brand's tone says seduction when they want serenity, the show ends early. If your tone says poise, discretion, mastery, they stay seated for the encore. Now, here's the irony. Taste is one of the few things you can't fake for long. You can rent confidence, you can mimic success, but true taste, the kind that blends discernment with restraint, comes from understanding the psychology of your audience, and that's learnable. Once you know what the affluent respond to, you can calibrate your tone, presentation, and brand story so that it feels inevitable to them. Not salesy, not clever, just right. If you want to master that calibration to craft a message that signals authority without saying a word, go to getwealthyclients.com. There you'll find my Amazon #1 best-selling book, The Affluent Marketing Blueprint. I'm giving away a few copies for free for a limited time, and my complete suite of advanced programs designed to help you position yourself as the trusted choice among the wealthy. Because when your aura aligns with their aspirations, selling disappears. You simply belong. That's getwealthyclients.com. Well, the $10 million yacht eventually did sell, but only after the new owner paid to repaint, refinish, and rename it. The new name? Something subtle, elegant, anonymous. And suddenly, buyers lined up. The ship hadn't changed, only its story had. And that's the hidden truth of the luxury market. The story doesn't describe value, it creates it. Your brand is that story. Your name, your tone, your language, your look, all of it adds up to one question in the client's mind. If I align with this person, what does it say about me? Answer that question well, and your yacht will never sit idle. A final thought. Reputation matters more than logic in the world of the wealthy. You can have the perfect strategy, the fairest price, the best idea, but if the aura feels wrong, it never leaves the dock. Affluent clients buy alignment, not attributes, identity, not inventory. They buy the reflection of themselves they see in you. So before you refine your pitch deck or tweak your price, check your tone. Does your brand sound like seduction or does it sound like something that actually belongs in Monaco? Because in the end, the difference between the sold and the unsold, admired and avoided, isn't quality, it's congruence. Get the aura right, and the right people will board gladly. Miss it, and your brilliance stays tied to the pier. This is Mark Satterfield. Thanks for listening to this chapter of the Velvet Rope Playbook. I'll be back at you soon with something new, but until then, bye for now.